The usually common knowledge that there are 600,000 letters in the Torah is not exactly so. It's actually approximately half of that. And do you have any idea where the midpoint of those letters in the Torah are? So I'll share with you soon the answers to this matter. But first, let us say some Tehillim. Shir Amalas LeDavid. Luli Adonai Shoyolanu Yemanu Yisrael. Luli Adonai Shoyolanu Bekum Aleinu Adam Azai Chaim Belonu Becharois Apam Banu. Azai HaMayim Shtefunu Nachlo V'Rav Sheinu Azai V'Rav Sheinu HaMayim Zidonim. Baruch Adonai Shoyolanu Tzednanu Ta'ef L'Shineihem. Sheinu Kitzibur Nim L'Tome Pach Yoik Shema Pach Nishbo V'Nachnu Nimlotnu. Ezreinu B'Shem Adonai. Oisei Shamayim V'Oretz. Let's give some tzedakah. And let me tell you what I'm talking about. As we mentioned yesterday in the parsha of this week, we have the laws of kosher animals and non-kosher animals. And then the Torah describes those creeping creatures. These low creeping creatures that are crawls on the ground is abhorrent, says the Torah. It must not be eaten. And then the Torah says the following. Kol hoylech al gochoy. Anything that moves on its belly. V'chol hoylech al arba. And anything that walks on 4 feet. Ad kol mar beraglaim. Of all low creeping creatures that crawl on the ground, including every many-legged insect, you must not eat them, for they are abhorrent. So the Torah says over here, Kol hoylech al gochoin, anything that moves on its belly. What moves on its belly? So Rashi tells us clearly what it refers to. Snake. It's a nachash. The snake moves on its belly. We remember the story that when the snake came to entice Chava and Adam and Eve to eat from the forbidden fruit, and then God punished it that it will have no legs whatsoever and would always crawl on its belly. But what's very interesting, the word gochoin, which means moving on its belly, is spelled Gimel Ches Vav Nun. In the Torah, that letter Vav is larger than all the other letters of the Torah. It's one of those Oishes Gedolos, one of the large letters. And happens to be, and that's not an accident obviously, that this Vav is the midpoint of the entire Torah. Because the Torah has 304,805 letters. This that we usually say 600,000, this refers also to the tagim, to the crowns that are on the letter. When we take the letter, adding on all the crowns, we come to 600,000. But letters per se is 304 and 805. The letter Vav of Gochoin is the 152nd and 403rd letter, exactly the midpoint of the entire Torah. Now I ask you a question. Is the midpoint of the Torah the belly of the snake? Couldn't there be something more appropriate? The midpoint, the center of the whole Torah. Talking about letters and feet, there is the Hebrew word for emes and the Hebrew word for sheker. Emes is spelled Aleph Mem Tov, sheker is spelled Shin Kuf Resh. Where emes, each one of those letters has 2 feet. Aleph has 2 feet on the bottom, Mem has 2, Tov has 2. Sheker has only 1. The Shin comes to a point, the Kuf has 1 long line, and the Resh again has 1 point. To tell us that emes has 2 solid feet to stand on. Sheker says Ein lo raglaim, doesn't have a balance, has 1 foot. But no more than 1 foot. Has 1 leg to stand on, but no more. Says the Torah the following. The snake which is all about deceit. The snake which is here about temptation, which is what it originally started doing. Says the Torah has no feet whatsoever. It's crawling on its belly. Its entire life, its entire focus, its entire desire is just its belly. It's not above the ground at all. Completely pursuing physical pleasures. And says the Torah, there's a Vav. The letter Vav, the long letter Vav, which is the center of the letter Aleph. Another Aleph has a Yud above, a Yud at the bottom, and the letter Vav is to introduce into this life, the belly life, the values of Torah. And that's why it is the midpoint of the Torah.